What is going on, everyone? It's the Print House, and this time on the computer, we're checking out the AnkerMake software. So, guys, in this first tutorial, I'm just going to be going over easy mode here. I'm going to be going over some of the UI components, how to navigate. This way, you're just familiar with it. Guys, as a first-time user, I would highly recommend you stick with AnkerMake Slicer. Now, I am not very familiar with this slicer. However, it's very similar to Cura, and while I do prefer Cura and I will probably personally be using Cura, I'm going to train you guys to the best of my knowledge on the functionality of the AnkerMake Slicer software, because as a first-time user, I think you need to stick with all of their proprietary software, and as you get better and more proficient with 3D printing, I think you can graduate to something that's maybe a little more advanced or requires a little more knowledge like Cura. So, guys, at the very first, I want to show you how to easily import a file into Cura. And so the way that we're going to be doing this is with the File Explorer. So literally, I am just going to just simply click an STL file and drag it in. And guys, you can do this for more than one file at a time. Now, you can see we have one of the other models. It just went behind it, but it is there. So another thing in order to navigate is to click the middle mouse wheel, click it in, and that allows you to move this little box right here. And then again, click the middle mouse wheel and then left click, and that's going to allow you to move the camera. Now, guys, be very careful in this beta version of the software. The camera is psycho, and sometimes you're probably going to see it in this tutorial, but sometimes the camera goes haywire. If you need to get back to a normal view, click down here on one of these, and that will allow you to move the camera accordingly. So, oh, see, it's going haywire right now. Sorry about that, guys. So first, I want to show you down here in the bottom left, you have a blue arrow, a green arrow, and a red arrow. So those, if you look over here they correlate to right here. So X is red, Y is green, and Z is blue. So go ahead and import a model and click on it. And then over here, you can start selecting this. So you have your this one right here with all the arrows. That allows you to move a model around. Now, you can move the model anywhere on the screen. However, if you move it outside of this box, it turns red. Even if only 1 millimeter is outside of the box, it's red. So what that is saying is this box is the entire print area. It's the printer. It represents the largest object that you can print on the machine. So if you have an object outside of that area, it's impossible to print for one reason or another. So the next one down below is for scaling. I'm going to go ahead and move this back in. This is for scaling. So you start with uniform scaling. That's going to allow you to, well, scale every dimension 1 to 1. If for some reason you do not want to do that, I have never done this in my entire 2 or 3 or 4, however many years of printing. You can scale it ununiformly. I really don't know why you'd ever want to do this, but you get the option. And then if you want to go back to default, click the little refresh button here, and you're back to default. I have, however, scaled uniformly plenty of times if I want to supersize a model for some reason. The next one is going to be the rotate option, and once again, guys, you've got your X, Y, and Z. So the red rotates along the X-axis, the blue rotates along the Z-axis, and then the green rotates along the Y-axis. And once again, if you want to reset, then you can go ahead and do so. Now, guys, be very careful whenever you are putting models in the print area. Make sure that your printer, the object that you're trying to print touches the build plate. So the build plate is obviously your PEI sheet. If you don't touch the PEI sheet, then whenever you go to print, well, it's just going to be printing in thin air. It's like you have a cup of water floating above the table. In this case, I have a hexagon floating above the print bed. It's just not possible. So over here on the move, make sure you have place on bed selected. And this way, if it ever gets too high, what this is going to do is it's going to make one piece of the model touch the build surface. So theoretically, if I rotate like this, then there is one teeny tiny piece touching the build plate. Obviously, this is not the way I would want to print this. I would want to print this just like this, and I would like to place it on the bed. So guys, another thing you can do, click an object and go to your keyboard and click the delete key. That's how you remove objects. The other thing, guys, click a model, right click it, do copy, and you can make yourself a copy of it. This way you don't have to go digging through your file explorer again, and you can hide models and you can reset them and everything else. Now, I don't know, guys, up here, I don't know if whenever you go to print, if the hidden models will still be printable, but I wouldn't really risk it. I haven't tried it, don't know what's gonna happen, not really sure why the hide option's here. However, it is, so just be very careful of that. I wouldn't want you to print something that's invisible and then waste material and stuff. Also, you have the trash can up here. You can go ahead and click the trash can to delete models. And I'm gonna leave the video here. Guys, I'll have another video on how to actually start slicing, but now that you're familiar with the actual slicing software, we can go from there. Guys, thank you for watching. If this was helpful, give me a like, a subscribe, put some comments below, tell me what you want to see, and I will be sure to help you guys out. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.